Alright, so it's been a minute since the last video. If I recall correctly, it was drag racing the Camaro. And I think I went to Club Loose in that video, and that's where I had broken my control arm. But it's been a while, so I figured I'd give you a little update on the old BMW and let you know what's going on. First things first, we'll start in the front of the car. Not much change up here. Gonna pretty much stay the same in the off season, but I did break my control arm. If I have a picture, I'll put up on the screen here. But I talked to Sean at SLR, and he sent me out a new pair of control arms, no problem. He's like, haven't seen them break like that. Or there was one other. He's like, that's weird. Send out another control arm, and good to go. As you can see, we now got the purple boys on there. But like I said, for front of the car, not much is changing. I do have the over fenders off of it, but I have the Big Duck Club over fenders. They're actually up there, ready to go on the front of it. But yeah, moving a little bit back. Inside, staying the same, pretty much. No difference here. I have to put a rear firewall in, but we will get there. Door, I gotta put a door on the other side because it's all smashed up. The rear is the biggest deal that's changing pretty much, but I put the entire Big Duck Club rear quarter kit and, like, obviously a little under the trunk piece and the trunk itself. Doing that whole kit because if you don't recall, I can put some pictures on the screen. The rear end was wrecked by me. I hit a wall a couple times, 3, 4, 5, probably more than that. But there's nothing left here. As you can see, there is absolutely no trunk floor, or side, like, side. That's not steel. I gotta cut that side back a little bit more, but no big deal. But this thing was so wrecked. I chopped it right off at the frame rails. We put some plates in. My buddy Matt made the this rear structure piece, which is, I'm just kind of planning on having something really solid right there. So, you know, if it ever did get to that point, it ain't moving. But I'm going to make a bash bar and stuff that's going to, you know, hopefully take most of the impact and do all the bending and braking. But that's the biggest change pretty much. I'll put, by the way, Matt, Peak Performance, I'll put his Instagram on the screen because he does some good stuff. We can look at dimes. And he did this in like 10 seconds. But next thing I have to do is I have to make a firewall for right here. Something that can that'll seal out the smoke and the fumes of the exhaust, because I drove it down the road like this, and even with the windows out of it, it reeked. So got to do something about that and seal it all up. The other thing is I'm making this top deck plate. I'd call it. I don't know exactly what it's called, but this rear like windowsill piece, whatever. But making this piece, I had to make it 2 pieces because I didn't have enough. I was just using what I had for aluminum, but same deal here, just using to seal off as kind of like a firewall and no smoke and exhaust, because I don't want to get carbon monoxide poisoning on grid. But that's kind of the gist of the update in the back here. Nothing too wild. Another part of the update is we are going with, I can't zoom in like that, but we're going with Acceleras this year. I pretty much ran Kendas last year, but I just of what I could find. They're on the car right now. Boom. They're on the car right now, but I could get the Acceleras for a pretty good deal buying a bunch at a time, so kind of just went with that because you can't find Kendas. And the Acceleras, I've run them before, and they're pretty comparable, I would say, to the Acceleras, so entire streets, the people there are real cool, so decided to go with them, and we'll see how that goes, and hopefully I bought enough for all the whole year. But a couple other changes that are going to be coming to the car. I'm going to do the rear end M3 axles. And, like, you got to do the whole rear trailing arm and the brakes, which usually come on the trailing arms, but trailing arms, brakes, axles, and the axle shaft, the stub shafts. But that's pretty much what's going on in the back of the car. Going to update it and just make it a little stronger. I might have some different motor plans, but for the beginning of the year, I'm going to keep the 5.3 with the supercharger in it, so that should be plenty of power for beginning. But I'm planning on going to Clutch Kickers and possibly Riverside Drift in Indiana. Looks really cool. There's big payouts, which, I mean, might as well go and have fun, right? But definitely trying to go to I'm going to go to Clutch Kickers down in Florida in August, because it's at the Freedom Factory. Who doesn't want to go there? And who doesn't want to drift there? So pretty much these, I have just like a rivet or two in the rear quarters. I gotta finish drilling them all and finish it, like, final fitment deal, like, because it needs to be fit on the bottom a little bit better, and same on the other side. But it's just rough, so I can get them, see that it's kind of close, and I can take it down the road if need be. But then I have to make some, next thing I have to do, I gotta make some sort of strut tower brace, which my buddy Matt, also Peak Performance, is fabricating up for me. He's got a plasma table and can cut shit out real quick. But that's one of my next things. And then also, I need to make a bash bar, which I have the tubing, I have the bender, I just have to do. And then we can throw the bumper on here. Gonna mount it to this, and I'm gonna try to make like this piece weak so that breaks, and then I can just keep replacing it, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much the update. Now we're gonna go possibly work on my K10 for a little bit. I just gotta weld up the exhaust because there's a noise, and I think it's the exhaust. I gotta tighten it up, maybe, and add a hanger to it, but nothing crazy. But that's the update for the BMW. I'll try to post more and keep everyone updated on what's going on. But best place to follow me is definitely Instagram, which I can put right here, wherever. But that's the best place. But not much else to change in the car other than the rear stuff. So. Something going on. I don't know if it's knocking or the valve train. Can't exactly tell, but either way, not good. But we're gonna try to bomb her back home. Wish me luck. Mayday. The more I listen to it though, the more I think it might be in the head, but I could be pulled over on the side of the road up here with a bunch of oil under it in a minute, but who knows? We'll see. The more I drive, I'm kind of thinking that either a rocker loosened up and fell off to the side, or a rocker broke, or the trunnion, the bearings broke in the trunnion. But I don't know, I'll tell you when I get there. But I can't recall if I put the trunnion and put the upgraded trunnions in this motor or not. I can't exactly remember, but I'm just trying to talk myself into it not being the lower end. By the way, this is certainly what you should not do when you have a noise. I would suggest getting a tow, but ain't nobody got time for that. We're about a mile away, and didn't get any worse, so I think she'll live. But we'll see in a minute here. Of course, I was like 10-15 minutes away from home, you know. Couldn't have been in town. Whatever. Made it back. Nothing to be seen here. Take the other side off. That right there. Hold. That right there would be the problem. Shit. Well, boys, as you can tell, something's wrong. In that video there, you could see the rocker was coming off the top of the valve stem, which means while I was pushing down on the top, like where the push rod is. So typically that would mean that the lifter has no, there's no hydraulic pressure there. It's just bleeding away essentially. So I believe I got to take the heads off, pull the heads, and check on the lifters, which kind of sucks, but at least in this thing, it's not a huge pain in the ass to do. And the good thing is, to do that, it's probably just easiest to take the whole turbo hot side off and stuff, which I wanted to redo a couple things like the oil drain and such. So it's not the end of the world, but I'm just hoping it didn't chew up the cam or anything. That would kind of suck, but there's a chance it could have. I'm hoping it just collapsed lifter, and it didn't, like, the roller didn't turn, and the roller didn't stop and mess up the cam lobe. I'm hoping that, but we'll see. Not doing that today for sure. Not pulling it off today, but soon, and I'll make a video about it. So that's probably where I'm gonna end this. So wish me luck. Like, comment, subscribe. Wish me luck.